Hey guys, welcome back. Today we're going to be making a video of comparing the two DuoClean vacuums. So we got the brand new Shark Apex vacuum and the smaller brother, the Duo Speed. So as you can tell right away, they are similar but very different in many ways. So we're going to be looking at all the features and what the differences are, so you guys can see better what kind of vacuum you would want. Alright, so let's start with the motorized head here. This head is much larger than this one, which is by about 3 inches, as you can see here. Well, we'll compare the front rollers here in a second. So some of the similar things about them is that both of the vacuums, this front face here comes off. So on this one it comes off like this, and you got exposure to that. And on this one it also comes off, but like this. So it's much smaller, as you can see. The difference is pretty large, and you can tell this roller here is much smaller than that roller. Everything is just miniaturized, but the technology is the same, which is it has a soft roller here that picks up dust and all kinds of stuff, and then you got the regular brush here. Same thing here, soft roller and the brush. Alright, so let's pull out the front rollers here and see the difference in how much the length is on both, or how wide it is, how much it picks up. So this is from the Speed here, and this is from the Apex. And as you can see, guys, it's a pretty significant difference. Not a humongous difference, but I guess of about maybe 2 inches or so. But you can tell that this roller is much larger also, so, and a lot more heavier. It seems heavy duty. This is very light. Very, very light actually. This is very heavy. But in any case, that's the differences here, and you can see the differences in how much more the Apex can vacuum here in front. This roll actually does not come out as stationary, but the roll on here pulls out, which is really awesome. This is the biggest plus for this small vacuum, is that this roller can come out and you can easily clean that. And this one cannot do that, so it is a little bit hard to fight with all this hair, but it's not too bad. There's a technique, you just use scissors, and it's very simple, which there's a video that I have on that. Alright, so if we look here in the back at the wheels, there's obviously a difference. These wheels on the Speed are smaller, but these are bigger. But the biggest difference between the wheels that I can tell, not only being larger, is that these have like a shield. So whenever this spins, this just stays, so you're not rubbing against stuff if you are going to. So we will look at this filter up front here. That's the final filter that filters out all the fine dust. And as you can see, it is much larger on the Apex, which is good because anything a lot larger would last a lot longer. So you can see right here how much of a difference that is. It's a pretty big difference. Alright, so the next thing is buckets. The buckets obviously is much larger here than this one. This is very miniature. And there you go. It's not a huge difference, but you know, this one is a little wider and a little bit taller. So it is quite a bit of difference. And one of the things that I really like about this Apex bucket is that it's darkened, so your dirt inside doesn't look as bad as if it was clear. You can see your dirt right here. It looks pretty nasty, kind of. Here it looks pretty bad too, but it's kind of darkened up a little bit, so it doesn't look as bad. It looks nicer. Alright guys, so the next thing is the filters, and this is where I do not really like the Speed either, because of the because everything being so small and miniature. So here is the speed filter. As you can see, it is pretty tiny. And here is the apex filter. As you can see, it's a lot larger. So I would say it's double as large. Yeah, that's what it looks like. And not only is it double as large this way, it's well, actually no, it's not bigger around. Maybe a little bit bigger around. Yeah, it is a little bit bigger in diameter too. So technically, it's a lot larger than this one. So this is where the apex really wins again, because the filter is much larger, so you can have longer intervals before you have to clean it or change it out. Alright, so going on the side here, let's talk about the cord. The cords are actually it's very similar, and they are exactly the same length, which is 30 feet on both of them. So, but this one's got a more gray, and this is more black finish here. So other than that, that's the same. So the next thing we'll talk about is the piping here, all the piping. So on the speed, the pipe is silver, and it's a smaller diameter. I know exactly what diameter it is, but it's smaller. On the apex here, you can tell the pipe is black and it's a little bit larger. So I don't know if you'll be able to tell on the camera if it's smaller or larger, but it is. Probably by this hose here you can tell. Maybe. You can see that the apex is larger than the speed, so there's more volume of flow, so you're able to pick up more. Alright, next thing we're going to see is these handles. So the speed handle is actually only got the controls of selecting what floor you're on, and that's it. The power button is actually down here where you'd have to push it. On the apex, all your controls are on here. So you got the well, when I say all, I guess two controls. You got the selecting the floor type here, and then you got your power button up here. So, which is kind of nice, I guess. And another huge plus about this one is that there's actually a light in here that shines whenever you pull this out like this. This light will come on right here, and whatever you're vacuuming, you can see a lot better. Especially, I noticed with like webs and stuff like that, it'll light up the web where you can see it a lot easier, especially when you're vacuuming ceilings and stuff like that, or dark places. So this was very awesome for that. So. Alright guys, so that's pretty much all the differences that I can show you on these two vacuums that separates them physically. Now to talk about their workflow, definitely the speed is definitely not as good as the apex. So now where the speed really shines is that it's easier to maneuver, it's smaller for sure, and that roller pops out. That's the only two things that I would say that is going for the speed. Everything else, the apex beats it at. It's either suction, picking it up, how good it does of a job. The apex is much better than the speed. So plus it's much wider, so it makes it a lot faster way to vacuum whatever you are doing, so get the job done faster. So, and maintenance is definitely better on the apex because everything is larger, so there's less maintenance, except for that roll that's harder to clean out. But the best way I found is scissors works great on that. So the only other thing is noise. The speed and the apex, they practically are the same the way they sound. So the speed is actually a little bit louder on the brush roll for some reason, at least on ours. This on the apex, the brush roll is actually quiet. So whenever the vacuum's on and that comes on, it's very quiet. You almost can't tell the difference on this one. This one you can. It's much louder. It has more of a whining sound to it a little bit. It's not loud by any means, but it's more audible than the other ones. Anyways, but yeah, that's the main differences here, guys, and I hope this helps somebody decide what you want. But both vacuums are excellent, so for whatever your needs are, the speed will definitely take care of just about everything, almost as good as that one. So if you're on more of a budget, then the speed might be your thing. If you can get the apex, it's an amazing vacuum, and you'd never you never regret it, that's for sure. So anyways guys, well, thanks for watching this video, and if you liked it, please hit the thumbs up and share with somebody. If you want to get any of these vacuums, I'll leave a link in the description. And thanks for watching this video, and we'll see you later. Peace.